This is part 2 of our Berlin Ghost Town series. If you didn't see the first video, go check it out. In that one, Corey talks about the assay office, the stage coach house, and then the machine shop. Welcome to Exploring This Life, Season 1, Episode 22.
This is an old truck from the time. Look at the way the tires were made. Wooden center spokes, metal rim, and then rubber. Look at the way the cords were done back in the day. When we were out here last time, I was noticing the cab is completely made of wood. The seat has just a metal band around it, but pretty much everything else is wood, even the steering wheel. There wouldn't have been a whole lot to this. I think this was probably typical of machinery used on sites like this. But what's interesting is the curvature of the front visor. You can see all the nails where it probably had a cloth roof of some sort. The engine's actually still in here. Of course, the front tire's missing. Wheels there though. Body-wise, other than the wood, this is in pretty good shape. This would be worthy of being taken out of here and restored, in my estimation. I don't know much about this stuff, but Honey and I have always wanted to build a rat rod, and this would be the perfect rig to do it with. So cool. Real windy, so hopefully you can hear me over the wind. This is the mill building, and I'm going to read to you what the sign says and show you the sign. But basically it says, this building was a beehive of activity while Berlin was in its heyday. One man tended to the primary crusher and did other odd jobs. Another tended to the 30 stamps and the concentration tables, and a third man fired the 5 boilers and looked after the 4 steam engines, which we might have seen earlier. One engine powered the primary crusher and the stamps, another powered the concentrating tables. The third drove the direct current dynamos that supplied electricity for lights, and the 4th engine was combined with a compressor that furnished air to run the drilling rigs and pumps in the mine. The area between the mill, machine shop, and boarding house was piled high with cord wood used to fuel the boilers. Mine rail tracks were laid between the long piles of wood, and flat rack trucks rolled on the tracks to bring wood close to the boilers. So if you can imagine, this would have been a busy, busy place. This was the majority of what the mine was doing was done in this building right here. And so, let me come up a little bit. No, it won't let me. There we go. All right, so there's obviously a boiler here on the ground. Right there. The stamps, there was 30 of them back in the back there. I'm not sure if it's too dark back there or not. We can't get in the buildings, but you can see the piping down in the floor here to where the water would have come to cool the machines, I imagine. There's a wheel back there. Would have probably fed the ore to the crushers. The stamps is what they called them. These wooden wheels would have likely spun other machines to probably crush the material. All right, so this sign says, from the mine, after the ore was mined and brought to the surface, it was transported to the mill. An ore car that was pushed along on the rails was used to move the ore. The ore was dumped onto a conveyor belt at the top of the mill. The trestle of the ore car track can still be seen behind the mill. And I'm gonna head up there in just a second, as soon as we finish this. The next one says, to the stamps. The ore was next transferred to the stamp batteries by means of a chute from the ore bins. An ore feeder fed the ore into the mortar, where the water and mercury were added. The ore was crushed in the mortar by the stamps. This mill had 30 stamps arranged in batteries of 5. The stamp frames can be seen in the back of the mill. I can see them, but I can't see how far back they go. And the back of this building goes up to another level. Maybe we'll be able to see more of that from the backside. Very interesting. The next sign says, collecting the gold and silver. A mixture of crushed ore, water, and mercury was called pulp. After being discharged from the mortar, the pulp flowed down an inclined 4x12 mercury-coated copper plate called an amalgamation table. The mercury would catch much of the gold and silver as it flowed down the table. Any gold or silver left in the pulp was then recovered by putting the pulp through a concentrating table. And if you look right here, this is either a concentrating table or an amalgamation table. Not in really good shape. Couldn't ever be used again, probably. Some sort of a wagon harness that would attach to either a vehicle or horses, maybe mules, and pulled up out of here. This is kind of a cool find. There's an old sharpening stone here. Hoping you can see that. These windows are about to my neck and I can't really see the camera while I'm looking in here. But another set of stairs over here going to the second level, and then there's another level up behind that. Sorry, what you're seeing here is the side profile of the mill building. Remember how I said it goes up to a 3rd story or a 3rd level? Looks like it even goes up to a 4th. I'm gonna try and get up here. Honey's up there looking at ore cars and stuff. I'm gonna try and see if I can make my way up there. I just found this area here and kind of wanted to show you the rockwork that appears to be original to the building. Probably won't be able to see it all. Maybe you can. There would have been a door right there. Probably would have had a walkway to it, made out of wood. Very cool. These are right next to that rock wall I just showed you. And they are metal pieces that have been put into the earth to hold all the rocks from falling down. A neat idea. because there's not any rocks down here where I'm standing. So it obviously worked. Probably to protect the walkway back in the day. Let's see what we can find here. Looks like this wall has 2 windows on it, and brick foundation. Holy cow. So cool. And then this would have probably been a hoisting system because it goes down pretty deep. Let's see if we can see it from this angle over here. Oh yeah. Well, it's not very deep. Not sure exactly what this structure would have done, but with as tall as it is, I would imagine it was some sort of hoisting system. We're going to move down around here, see what else we can see. Again, not sure what all you can see. Definitely got to be careful where you're walking back here. A lot of loose rock. Okay. There's some windows back here. Okay, I'm hearing something that I think is a rattlesnake. I've never heard of a rattlesnake. But I'm out of here. We've probably got enough content out of here to do several videos. And we intend to do that. The majority of the park is going to be open year-round. So if you're in this area for any reason and you want a cool place to go visit, this is it. There's a lot to see here, a lot of history. If you're into history, this is definitely the place to go. Again, Berlin State Park in Nevada. This is an old mining area.
Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. By subscribing, you will be able to do things like the videos if you enjoy them, or leave comments down below for us. All of these engagements really help our channel to grow. See you next time.